Hello, everyone. Mankey here. It is 9:41 p.m. on the 23rd of February. And I have to say, people, the fact that my announcement of this League of Legends Animation Championship, or this tournament I'm calling it, is catching up some steam. Not because of like, oh, he's saying all these kind of stuff, but because I got like a few subscribers being ticked up, of course, in my channel, which means that it's kind of real. It's kind of real, but again, many people thinking I'm drunk or something. No, I'm not drunk or something. This is actually going to happen. The tournament is real, and to prove myself, I have 48 of some of animations that people know, some of the animations that people don't know, and I'm putting them all on the list. Now, how did I did it? Well, yes, there's a little sad part to all of this is that I use AI. Yeah, I know. I mean, we all use an AI, of course. We're all nerds in these kind of parts. AI is taking over the world. They even playing chess for God's sakes. And I decided to use AI to tell them about the anime, create a League of Legends team based on the anime with the champions that are going to be used, being correlated with the champion, and then we got this. So it created 48 teams. That's like what, let me calculate it. 230 players on the Rift. Yeah. Now, I would love to go through all the abilities and all kind of stuff, but that would be like wasting everybody's time, and not everybody has the attention span of a mice, which of course I am. I normally like watch an hour show and then kind of fell asleep. So my attention span, like everybody else, is not as great, especially for the older ones, like myself. I'm now becoming an unk. So, in an interest of time and space, it is time for me to reveal all 48 teams that are taking place in the LOL Animation Championships. First off is Bleach. We got the top laner of Kenpachi Zaraka, the jungler of Ichigo Kurosaki. I think I'm gonna put him as captain. Yeah, these are the captains of the teams, the main people, the shot callers, as many people call it, and I will put them as captain, of course. In the mid lane is Bayukaya Kuchika. I'm gonna botch these names, guys. I don't watch those shows or any Japanese kind of thing, so the name's gonna be botched. Bayokuya Kuchiki. Yep. And you got bot is Uya Ishida. And you got the support is Orime Unoe and Yuki Akuchi. You can put Orime Unoe as a healer or Ruki Kuichi as kind of like and CC kind of person. A crowd control kind of place, kind of like a Nautilus or Leona crowd control kind of place. So pretty much a deadly team. Speaking of deadly team, we got the seven deadly sins. We got Diana top lane, Fan, Meliodas as a captain, Gother, and then you got support is Elizabeth Leones. Unfortunately, I trying to contact the other two of the seven deadly sins as substitutes, but unfortunately, one got flamed out, and the other is kind of like MIA. So we don't even have that. For the Jujutsu Kaisen team, Maki Zeni, Yuji Itadori, the captain, and if you wanted to know his true form, Sukuna is an absolute beast. Satoru Gojo, the teacher, of course, in the mid lane. Nobura Gugasaki is the bot lane, and Megumi Fujigoro as the support. For Naruto, you got Hashirama Senju, Minato Namikaze, Naruto Uzumaki as the mid laner and captain, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Hano for the healing, which makes sense. The Demon Sailors is Inosuke Hashibira, Zensu Agetsuma, Tanjiro Kamado, which is a captain, by the way. So we got some strong millionaires as captains. Nezuko Kamado and Giyu Tomika. And then we're going to get off of the Japanese animation crazy train and talk about the captains for, actually, the team for the Western region, because the West needs some love as well. Because let's be honest, in League of Legends right now, the West needs to stand up for the East, or I don't know, something. I mean, let's be honest, the Western team have not done well in League of Legends for like the last couple of years, so we need something here. For the Avatar Last Airbender, the OG Avatar show, my favorite. Toph Bay Fong, you got Aang as captain, you got Zuko, you got Sokka, and you got Katara as the healer. Pretty incredible team, of course, we're looking at. And I decided to go a little bit crazy here, but I decided to go for Miraculous Ladybug, the French show, of course, which is Carapachi, which is Nino, Chat Noor, which is Andrian, Rena Rug, which is alias Cesar, Ladybug, which is Marinette Dupe Chang as a captain, and Pegasus as Max. I, I mean, even reading that is making me laugh right now. I'm thinking to myself, I cannot believe you're actually doing this. Like, can you just read it off your anime names? Like, what are you doing? It's my tournament, guys. My tournament. My thing. For Dragon Ball Z, we got Vegeta, Goku as the captain of the jungler, Piccolo, Future Trunks, and Gohan as support. For another animation show that I kind of watch, The Legends of Vox Machina, which, by the way, I think it's kind of inspired me to doing this whole thing. In fact, I was going to do a little bit of short involving the Vox Machina team, like what will be the Vox Machina team in League of Legends? What will be the League of Legends version of the Legends of Vox Machina? And I got this. Grog Strongjaw, Vaxaldan, Keelit or Scallion Shorthall, and he got in bot is Percy de Rolo or his lover, Vexala, and he got supporting Pike Trickfoot. I know, it's a little bit crazy, of course. Let me just turn off my do not disturb on the phone so we make sure we don't have any noise, and do not disturb my incredible peaceful serenation of reading anime names because I'm a weeb. Now to One Piece, the show that I'm literally currently watching, which, by the way, I'm like, I don't know, I'm in like 230 plus episode, I guess. I'm not even close to like 200 episodes. Like, it's wild, man. Like, in order to get like where I am right now, where the current show is right now, I have to be like watching this for like 7 days a week, which is hard to do. Literally hard to do it. Between content and all kinds of stuff, it's really hard. But for now, we got the three sword man master of Aroana Zoro, the dominant captain of Monkey D. Luffy, Sanji as the mid laner, Usopp as the ball laner, and Nami as support. And by the way, the Nami support is literally the name as the champion Nami support, which is actually makes sense. For the next two teams, I decided to split this into two. Like, if Riot Games decided to get rid of sister teams, I decided for my tournament to have sister teams, to have two teams from the same region to play off. And I decided to go with two teams from the Black Clover series. First, we got the Black Bull in Yami Sakihiro, Locke Voltia, the mid laner of Asta, Manga Swing, and Noel Silva. Mhm. The royalty of Noel Silva, by the way. And also, Asta is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Black Soul, no magic. This guy is an absolute beast. But the Golden Dawn team is actually not bad as well. You got Klaus Nolnetz, Greenerboral, which, by the way, he's the captain, William Vagrants, Mimosa Vermilion, and Langris Vaughn. That is an absolute beast of a team. These two Black Clover teams are gonna if these two Black Clover teams will make feeds off. I don't know who's gonna win, but leave down in the comments. Which team do you think is gonna win this tournament? We're gonna set up the hype right now. We could have Polymarket, of course, but which team do you think is going to win this tournament? Before we're gonna get to the actual competition, because all these things are cool right now, but once we get to the competition right now, the real spit begins. We continue forward with My Hero Academia. We got Mirio Togata, Izuku Miridora. God, I'm botching those names. Izuku Midoriya. Oh God. All right. Top lane. Mirio Togata, and then you got Izuku Midoriya. Okay, fine. Katsuki Bakuyo. Why? Damn it! Why? Katsuki Bakugo. There you go. Shoto Todoroki and Ochoko Uraka. There you go. There's the Academy team. For the Attack on Titan team, by the way, we got Reno Braum, Levi Ackerman, Aaron Yeager, Mikasa Ackerman, and Armin Arlett. I think we gotta say Mikasa is my captain. She's my captain of this team. Yes, I said she. For the solo leveling team, yes, I kind of watched the 2 seasons Solo Leveling, and I could say off the charts, absolutely off the charts. Thomas Andre, Igris, Song Jin Woo, the captain, and probably the most dominant player ever, Cha Hee In, and Buru. By the way, you notice that the jungler and support are kind of like Song Jin Woo's companions, of course, in the show. And yes, I'm kind of like spoiling some of the things in the show because, you know, those things I'm going to mention are going to be in the show. So if you haven't watched the show, I highly recommend to do it before you get spoiled. But these are the two, like his commanders, of course, his shadowy soldiers, of course. So how do we gonna play with like? How do they play like in the solo lanes? I'm not sure, but it's gonna be fascinating. Team number 16 is Hunter x Hunter. We got Isaac Nitero, Killua, Zolchek, Kurolo Lucifer, Gone Freaks, and Kurapika. I think I go Gone Freaks as my captain. I'm not sure, but I think he's the captain or protagonist. I don't know. Into the craziest show I ever watched. I kind of watched this show when I was like back when like I kind of like not into anime as much. I think the only anime I watched was Kiss Him, Kiss Me, the other show, of course. With I think it was the first horror anime show I watched. Jesus, I cannot believe I actually watched that. And then I watched this Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Oh my goodness, Akeem, why? Why, damn it? Why? Why you have to do this? Why you have to do this? You don't have to torture yourself. Why do you have to do this? Okay. But I did watch this show. Only in the first season, but I never get to go around it. So in there is Toru, the captain, Miss Elma, Fafnir, Kana Komiya, and Luca. And I would have put Miss Kobayashi in there because Doy, but I don't think she'll be in the squad, of course. She'll probably like be one of the coaches. She'll probably be like the CV Max of the total team. Or Think Card. I don't know. Maybe in Arrow. Probably in Arrow. Or Die Will Dominate. I don't know. Next up is Castlevania. And we're talking about the OG Castlevania show, not the Castlevania Nocturne show, the original Castlevania. I watched the entire show, of course, the entire 4 seasons of this show. And I have to say, it was a blast. I never got to finish around Nocturne, of course, after the first season. I kind of stopped. I think it stopped me at the first season. I never realized it was the second season, of course. But I did watch the 4 seasons of Castlevania. We got Isaac in the top lane, Alucard in the jungle, Cypher Bananas in the mid, Trevor Belmont in the bot, and Hector as support. So you got the two douchebags, and you got the three main characters, of course, the three dominant characters. You got the dominant jungle mid of Alucard and Cypher Bananas. Like, I cannot believe this team is actually good. Will they raid the castle and dominate the team and conquer the vampires? Who knows? But that's going to be awesome. And then you got, of course, the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. And you can pick as many JoJo Bizarre Adventures teams as you want. But we decided to go with the OG JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I think we'll call it the second season, of course, the most peak season of JoJo Bizarre ever. You can say that. Like the Golden Dawn thing and the Diamond Breakable one and the Cujo one, the latest one. And of course, the Ball Steel one was great, but I think we prefer the old classic, the Coca-Cola classic, of course. We got the old Joseph Joestar. We got Jean-Pierre Polnareff. We got Totoro Kojo, Norika Kakyun, and Mohamed Avdol. That looks like a solid team. One of the baddest teams I ever even formed. I cannot believe they actually pulled it off. Okay, and now we go to a show that they don't even know. We got Fate Stay Night. Berserker with Hercules at the top. Lancer Chu Chalin as the jungle. Archer is Amiya. Saber as a Toria. And Caster as Medea. And that is going to be the team. Like, as I said, these are the shows that I watch. Some of them I don't know, but some of you guys do. It's a weird thing, but I'm actually doing it because what else am I going to do in my life? Next up is a Shaolin Showdown. Another show, an OG show that I watched as a kid. I was watching it around school time, like around the weekends, of course, when I was at school, right around like in preparatory school. I got into Chevian preparatory school right there. And I used to watch like these two shows. This show and Danny Phantom is like the old OG shows. Like if you weren't around from like the 2000s or 2010s, those shows are for you. These are the kid shows. These are the OG ones. For the Shaolin Showdown team, we got Clay Bailey, Raimundo Pedrosa, Omi as a captain, Kimiko Tohomiko, and Dojo Konjucho, the dragon, by the way. It's a dragon, of course. He can also form as a human, but also he's mostly a dragon, kind of like the Aesol kind of thing. And for Danny Phantom, we got Tucker Foley, Danny Phantom himself, Sam Madison, Valerie Gray, and Jack and Maddie, the parents of Danny Phantom, of course. Jack and Maddie as double support. How will that work out? I mean, two supports. That's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a really tough one. Another show that I watched as a kid is Ben 10. I kind of watched the original Ben 10 and the Omniverse one. No, actually, not the Omniverse one. The Alien Force, the Ultimate Alien kind of thing. Never got to watch the Omniverse, but I kind of know it, of course. Top lane Kevin 11, jungle Ben Tennyson, mid is her cousin, his dweeby cousin Gwen, Rook Blanco from the Omniverse days is in the bot, and Grandpa Max as the cooler head leader of the plumbers organization, but the support of Grandpa Max. And I said, this is an amazing team. The Teen Titans Go team, and actually no, the original Teen Titans team, not the Teen Titans Go thing. The OG Teen Titans team that I know of. You got Cyborg as top, Beast Boy jungle, which is obvious, Raven mid, Starfire bot, and Robin as support. Captain is Robin, I think so. It's look like a stacked team, an absolute stacked team. Fairy Tale. Wow, okay, I didn't expect that. Ezra Scarlet as the top laner, Natsu Dragon Neil as the jungle, Gray Full Buster as a mid, Lucy Hartfilla as the bot, and Wendy Marvel as support. Man, Full Metal Alchemist. Okay then. Whew. Listen. AI just give me this. So I type in, you give me this. I have to read what it says. Alex Louis Armstrong, Alfonso Elric, Edward Elric, Riza Hawkeye, and Roy Mustang. Okay, so that's a good team. Soul Eater, top lane Black Star, Jungle Death the Kid, Maka Albon, Spirit Albon, and Krona. For Fire Force is Maki Ozi, Shinra Kusakabe, Arthur Boyle, Takihisha Hanawa, Iris Tamaka. Or you can just throw Iris or Tamaka as the support, or maybe it's like both, I guess. So that's pretty much the team. MNS in Shadow, Alpha, Delta, Shadow, Sid, Elf, Epsilon, and Beta as the team for the MS and Shadow team. Overlord, Kakitas, Sebastian, Ant All Gone, probably the captain, of course, Shaltir Bloodfallen, and Albendo, the crazy white chick girl with the crazy horns, I guess. Yeah, you already know who she is. You've probably gone on 2 a.m. and research her, you weird people, I guess. Team number 31. I can't believe I'm saying this, man. Why, man? Team number 31 is the time I got reincarnated as a slime. Fedora Tempest, Ben Amaru, Rimuru Tempest, Melima Nava, and Shion. Okay, then. Rising of the Shield hero. I should say Rising of the Shield hero. There you go. Ran Amaki, Philo, Itsuki Kawasuma, Raftelia, and Naofumi Iwatana. And I will tell you one thing. This guy is going to be the Busio of this entire team. He's the captain of this team. We know that because, the name speaks to itself. And I will tell you one thing, man. This guy is going to be an absolute shielded for this team. If your top or jungle is not doing well, your ball lane is going to get absolutely cracked. Absolutely cracked. Steins Gate, Suzuha Amani, Ritora Okabe, Kuriso Mikasa, Moka Kiru, and Maru Ashina. Yep, alright, that's the Science team. Tokyo Ghoul team, Renji Yomo, Ken Kanika, Eto Yoshimura, Toka Kirishima, and Shu Sukiyama. Wow, that is a heavy full. Like I said, my knowledge of anime is not as great, to be honest. Just like the same thing in League of Legends, my knowledge of it is not great. But I'm combining my two knowledges that I kind of know of and not know of and combining it to a tournament, and we get this. So, yeah, congratulations to myself. Okay, Steven Universe. Okay, a show that I kind of know of. I mean, I know the songs. I watched a couple few episodes. It was a good show. It was a pretty good show, by the way. Pearl Garnet Armitage, Connie Mahesawan, and Steven Universe as the captain of the team. That's the Steven Universe squad. For Adventure Time, Marceline, Jake the dog, Princess Bubblegum, Finn the human, and BMO. Yes, how the hell do you put BMO in the team? You could have put like the Ice King there. You could put like Ice King there, and it'll be perfect. But because of that, Finn and Ice King don't like, even like each other. I mean, whatever. I guess whatever. Assassination Classroom. Now this was a show that I kind of watched. I watched the show in around, I don't know, like 3 to 4 years ago, like 4 to 5 years ago, when I have that PSP Vita, which was working. I kind of watched the show on YouTube. I watched like the entire show. Of course, it was an absolute awesome show. The ending kind of was brutal ending, of course, but the show was incredible. I recommend a watch, and I recommend this team to actually win it all. We got Tadomiya Karasuma, Koro Sensei, the captain, Kama Akabane, Ritsu, the AI version, and Nagisa Shiota. I would put the third member of the team in there, and the other Class E kind of team, of course. Class 3E, as many call it. But I decided I don't think that would work. The Young Justice Team, another show that I pseudo watch, but okay, fine. Superboy, Aqualad, Miss Martian, Artemis, and Robin, as known as Dick Grayson. I can't believe you name yourself Dick Grayson. What is that, Paris? At least you're not named Dick Hammer. Oh my god, can you believe that Sam Donald's grandfather is named Dick Hammer and he's the Marbolo man? I mean, wow, that is just, yeah. I'm gonna get canceled here. I'm gonna get literal canceled here. My Hero Academia Vigilantes, the sister team of the My Hero Academia team. Soga Kurisaki, Knuckle Duster, Koji Hamewari, Pop Step, Makoto Tsukachi. There you go. That's the team, of course. And they got the Legends of Korra team with Lin Bei Fong, Korra, Marco, Bolin, and Asami Sato. Yeah, that show was okay. I think it was a pretty good show. I don't think it reaches the level of the Legend of Avatar show. The Legend of Avatar is like right there. If you can say that the Legend of Korra was your level, it's like okay, it's right there. And but the talk about mental health of this show is amazing. The fact to have a female, protagonist being like the Avatar is a huge thing. Like the writing was good, everything is good, and I think it's another recommend watch. Chainsaw Man. Now, I read the manga. Yes, this is the manga read, by the way. I read the manga. I haven't got around to watch the show, man, but the manga, man, it's something else. But I'm gonna go with I think this is from like the first season of the show, like the very first season of the show, like before Rezi and all the kind of stuff. This is from the first season of the show. Kishibe, Denji, Aki, Kawa, Power, and Makima. How the hell do you put Power and Makima as the bot lane duo? Like, I'm not gonna spoil the whole thing. You have to read the manga, man. But how the hell do you put these two as a bot lane? What? Power and Makima as the bot lane? What the hell? Like you could put Power and Denji as mid lane jungle duo, and it'll be perfect. The way the comedy duo between these two is amazing. But why? Just why? Anyways, moving on. Akemi got killed. Tatsumi, Leonie, Akami, Mine, and Lombok. 42 team Goran, Lagan, Kitan, Pachika, Simon, Varal, and Yoko, Littner, and Kamina. Then you got Cowboy Bebop, the OG anime show, and I decided to go the OG route. Jet Black, Spike Spiegel, Vicious, the lovely Faye Valentine, and Ed and Ian. Mob Psycho 100, Musashi Goda, Dimple, Shigoi, Kageyama, Torika Hanazawa, and Arataka Rijin. Okay, One Punch Man. Oh, man. Ooh, everybody heard about this show, man. Everybody heard about this show. I kind of heard about the show as well, but ooh, this is going to be spicy. Genos, Satama, the captain, Tatsumi Maki, King, and Fubiki. And by the way, spoiler alert, these two are kind of like related in some way. And this guy's actually good. I mean, he and Satama are like dominant, but Satama's got to like the how do I say this? The how what's the champion's name? The Void champion, of course. Kazid. Kazadin. He's a Kazadin. He's not gonna be great, early on, but once you get to like level 16, 17, and he's gonna give you like one big hit, he's gonna change the game. He's gonna be a game changer, of course. And if he goes, the rest of the team goes, of course. And they got Dan Dan. Actually, Dan show that I actually watched, and I kind of, I mean, Vamola, by the way, is a top laner, and she kind of like in the end, of course. So in the manga, but in the end of like the third season of the show, yeah, the third season of the show, kind of like spoil the end. You got Okuran as a jungler. Or you could also put Aria Shiratora, of course, and you got Momo Ayase. I'm not gonna spoil the whole thing, but let me just say this: this whole thing is complicated. The whole show is complicated from like everything. You got Gigi with the evil eye, of course, and Seko Ayase, Momo's grandmother. Spoiler alert, by the way, is in this. This is a weird good team, by the way. This is our favorite team. And finally, Code Geass with Karian Kuzuki, Zuzaku Kuriruji, Lelouch, which is zero, Koyashiro Toda, and CC as support. And trust me, I would have gone furthermore. I would have even put the Pretty Derby team, of course, but that doesn't count. I could even put like the Food Wars team. That didn't count. I could have just gone anywhere, but I decided to go with a World Cup level 48 team tournament, and that is all. That is it. Now, you're asking yourself, what are the rules for this whole thing? Well, the rules are pretty much complicated but simple. In this format, 48 of these teams will be divided into 12 groups of 4 in a GSL format. For anybody who doesn't know GSL format in League of Legends terms or in StarCraft terms, it is simple. We're going to start with 2 matches. The winners of those 2 matches will advance to the winners matches, and the loser of those two matches will go to the loser matches. The winner of the winners match will advance, and the loser of the losers matches will be eliminated. And then we got the final match between the losers of the winners matchup and the winners of the losers matchup facing each other for one last match. And the winner will advance to the next round. Well, the third place team, the last loser, will get to stay with some caveats. So, as I mentioned, 12 winners and runners up will be in, with the 4 best third place teams advance to the round of 32. Now, how do we sort this whole thing out? Well, here's the tiebreakers. The tiebreakers are pretty much simple. First off is the most damage done. So what do I mean? Like, I will give you the whole concept of this whole thing. Now, we're not gonna do the damage things like 82,000 and all kinds of stuff. We're gonna do like 1 to 10 damage. I'm gonna do a number generation, and 1 is kind of like the weakest damage, of course. 10 is like absolutely blasting out the water. And after the series is over, I will combine all the damages for all the teams, of course, in the third place teams. The third place teams that are eliminated, of course, I will combine all the damage, and the 4 best will go through. The 4 best damage dealers from this entire GSL group will go through. If we don't have that, then we have the most damage dealt by a player. Like, we have to sort out all the players, and then of course we'll find out which player has the most damage, and if the player has the most damage, the team wins. That kind of like a hard carry, of course. And if we don't have all of that, we can go for a tiebreaker game. Simple, classic tiebreaker game, no drama, no BS, all the kind of stuff. But what about the 8 other teams, Akeem? We have to name 32 teams, and that is where the other tiebreakers come. The 8 tiebreaker teams will go into 2 GSL format groups, which is now more GSL groups. The winners and the runners up will go to the round of 32, and the loser will be eliminated. And then we get the round of 32 knockout bracket stage all the way until we find a winner. The GSL group with the tiebreakers will be best of 3s, kind of like the recent ESL Cologne CSGO event, which is going to be now best of 3s, of course, which is incredible fascinating, of course, given the major something big, of course. And then round of 32 onwards will be best of 5. So we'll be having lots and lots of matches. Lots of novel action for the next couple of days. Now, I haven't tell you the date, of course, but I will show you something. This is the draw for the first round of the tournament, the bracket stage of the tournament. And as you can see, let me just go through. It's going to come up right now. It's going to come up right now. It's going to come up right now. It's going to show up. It's going to show up. It's going to show up. Okay, there it is. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is how the 48 team will be drawn. No balls, no drawing of laws, everybody. It's a spin of the wheel. And if that team is landed on the wheel, that team will go to a group. Now, how do we sort this group? It's like if I spin the wheel and pick a team, that team will go to group A, and the next team I pick is go to group B, and so on and so forth. And then we'll do it again for the other teams until we get the 4 groups sorted out. And then, of course, I have to sort out the matches and the times and all kinds of stuff. And this is going to be where the fun is. So thank you all for sharing my embarrassment with me, of course. And thank you for sharing all the teams and the knowledge and all kinds of stuff. Tomorrow night, we will draw this thing. Actually, I think Wednesday night we'll be drawing this thing. I think this video will come out on Tuesday afternoon, and I'll do the draw and then upload it on Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So Wednesday afternoon will be the draw, and then of course we'll find out the dates and all kinds of stuff, where we go from here, and then let the games begin. So thank you all for sharing my investment and all kinds of stuff. If you like the video, please like and comment and subscribe. We are 3 subscribers away from 60, which is a huge number for me, of course. As we get to the road to 100 subscribers before Worlds, it's over. Lots of League of Legends stuff, including LPL, which is going to kick off tonight with a lot of best of fives, of course. Lots of best of fives. But for now, this animation tournament is going to be so incredible, so embarrassing, but so pure. If you love anime, if you love animation, and you want to see the best of the best in a Rift, this is for you. Support your animation, support your team, and I will see you tomorrow for the draw. Good night and ciao.